So, hi guys, I'm Priyank from the product team, and we are going to explain you some of the latest features that we have dropped last month, right? Which could be helpful for your business and for the upcoming features. We would be explaining you the use cases, the objectives, how you can use them to the fullest potential in order to grab the maximum customer visits and revenue in return, right? Cool. I'll quickly share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, Priyank, it is.
Perfect. So to begin with, we have four major feature updates, like two which are new, which were released last month, and two which were already released, but those are also a major feature updates. To start with, first one is WhatsApp carousels. We have released a new type of WhatsApp campaign, which would let you engage more with your customers just with a single message, right? You can add more number of visuals now, visuals in the sense more number of images or videos in a single message, and which would help you engage in a more better way with your customers. In return, it would help you to showcase your brand story better. Second, we have launched WhatsApp QR. So earlier, your customers used to enter their data as in name and number in a form when they scan the QR code, right? But now, with this update, we automatically capture your customers' data from the WhatsApp. The flow is very simple. Your customer has to scan the QR code. They'll be redirected to the WhatsApp, and from WhatsApp, they have to send a pre-filled message, and we automatically capture their data from there. And in response, the reward message gets sent automatically, right? This is second. Third, we have instant approvals in the campaign. So earlier, the WhatsApp campaigns used to take around 24 to 48 hours from for the meta approvals, right? But now it gets approved instantly within 2 to 5 minutes, right? And finally, we have introduced three group level reports, right? So if you are someone who is running multiple stores in Reelo, then these reports would help you to analyze your business better, and it would help you to gauge the store level metrics in a much better format now. So to begin with, let's start with the WhatsApp carousels, right? Just a second. Yeah. So WhatsApp carousel campaigns is only available to the users with a custom header, right? Or with their own WhatsApp business API number right now. So if you are someone who do not have it at the moment, you can get one, and then you can have the access to this feature, right? You can simply go to your campaigns, uh, click on start from scratch. This is for the time being only available in the start from scratch campaign and not in the templated campaigns which we have, right? So once you click on start from scratch, select WhatsApp marketing as the channel, click on next to proceed. Here, you will be able to design your campaign creative. So let's say I want to give out 10% off to my customers, right? I am launching a new menu range here. So let's say new menu launch, and subtitle can be get 10% off on our latest range. Perfect. Once you are done, you have configured the reward to be sent. You click next to proceed. Here you'll be able to set the terms and conditions and the campaign expiry date according to your preferences. Let's say my campaign expiry date is fine and the terms and conditions are also configured. Once done, click on next. Further, you will be able to design a creative for your campaigns, right? Which would be sent in the campaign creative link if you want to send. Upload your brand's logo. Let's say I have uploaded a logo here. Select the theme color according to your brand's preferences. text color, and then you will also be able to change the background, right? So let's say I'll go ahead with this one. Once done, click on next. Here, as you can see, there are three types of WhatsApp campaigns, which now you will be able to do, right? The first one being normal or the basic buttons campaign, which is a simple header media. Header media can have either image, video, or PDF, along with a body text and a button, right? Now, the second type of WhatsApp message would be a carousel type of message. So, which would be you will have a body text first. Along with that, you can add up to 10 swipeable cards. Now, these cards can have a media element, along with that, a card text and a button in itself. So this gives you a much more space for you to convey your messaging to your customers, right? So in a single message, imagine you can add up to 10 visual elements or 10 cards, right? Which can have either images or videos, along with that, a text and two buttons within each card. So imagine the amount of engagement that this would have along with your customers, right? And there can be n number of possibilities in which you can use a carousel type of a campaign, right? Let's say if you are launching a new menu, so you can showcase all your menu items in this format. If you are doing some weekly promotions or weekend promotions, right? You can use it in that. If you are you can also promote the testimonials that you have been getting from your customers, right? So if any customer is praising a lot about your brand, you can create a campaign around that and send it to the rest of your customers, right? That this is what customers are saying about my brand. This is purely showcasing your brand story, right? Next, if you are doing some events at your place or some weekend jam sessions or anything, so you can promote the location of your store along with the event informations, the offer on that event, anything of that sort, right? There are multiple use cases which have been listed down for you. You can explore the inspiration library here, right? If you're launching some new store or probably a new location, so this would be the perfect use case for you to use the carousel type of a campaign. And lastly, we have a basic a type, which is nothing but a header media along with a text, body text, right? Which will not have any CTS here. So decide what you want to send out to your customers. Let's say I'll proceed with a carousel type of a campaign. Click on next. Now, as you can see here, there are two parts to this message. One is my body text, right? Along with that, there is another card section. So let's add information one by one. First, on the message or the body text, you can take the help of AI here. Let's say I'll generate some content here. It seems a little big. We can give instructions to make it shorter and help me promote my new menu launch. Perfect. So I find this as the perfect message. I'll click on here to select this thing, right? Further, once I've decided the message for my body text, I can now click on carousel to design my cards, right? So once you click on carousel, as you can see, one card will be by default added for you. First, you'll have to add a card media, which can be either an image or a video. Let's say I go ahead with image, right? So I'll upload an image here. Now further, you can add the description of that particular image or that particular card here, right? So let's say try our latest launch. You can have anything here, right? Further, you can add up to two buttons here, right? One button would be your on URL. Another button can be of the type phone number, right? If you want your customers to reach out to you in case of any queries that they have, you can write your support phone number here. Let's say I've added a phone number here, and in the online link. I can redirect them to my website if you have any, or you can also redirect them to any of your menu pages, right? If you have already created, or a PDF link or anything, right? Now let's add more cards. I'll add one more here. Again, the format remains same. Select an image to be uploaded. Okay, perfect. This is uploaded now. Again, you can add some text here. You can add buttons, right? So I'll again redirect them to my website. You can add one button to reach for the phone number where they can reach out, and done. Once you are done with this, as you can have a preview on the left hand side where you have one body text, and along with that there will be two cards here created, right? Based on the content, I guess there is a bit lesser content in this one. We can add more. Get 10% off. You see, we have this swipeable cards where your customers can swipe right in the WhatsApp itself when you send this campaign, right? Once this is done, you can directly submit this template for approval to Meta. The template would be going for submission on instantly to Meta. As you can see here, it has gone. You will have to wait for around 1 to 2 minutes for the templates to be approved from Meta. Meta does a check on them on their end first on the basis of your content and the images and videos that you must have provided in the template, right? You can use the fetch campaign status button in order to get a real-time status update of your campaign, right? So once Meta approves your campaign, on clicking this, the status would automatically be changing to approved. If it's rejected, then you can simply duplicate the campaign and again submit the same for the approval, right? So let's wait for this. Meta do check the content that you have sent for approval. Along with this, Reelo also does a sanity check of the content and the media so that the chances of your app getting banned reduces, right? Again, the carousel feature is also only accessible to the custom headers, right? So if you are someone who is using Reelo header, then you will not be able to select or choose the carousel templates in the previous step itself. So if you want to engage your customers in this way, you will need your custom WhatsApp business API number. As you can see, the campaign got approved, I guess, in less than a minute here, right? You can click here. Once it's approved, click on next to proceed. You can then select the target audience for your campaign. Let's say I'll go to advanced filters. I only want to send the campaign to uh, my QR code event customer. Let's say I'll select those customers and I'll proceed to next. Select the timing or at which you want to schedule your campaign, right? If you want to send it instantly or you want to schedule it for a later time. Let's say I want to send it now. Perfect. So once everything is done, have a review at all the campaign details at the end. You can click here to check your type of message here. If you want to check any content changes or the media changes here, right? Finally, we would recommend you to test the carousel message or any type of campaign message before activating it, right? This reduces the chances of campaign failures, right? So if there is anything, any sort of error in the template or the template ID or something, right? So you would be you would be instantly getting to know that if you test the template first time itself, right? So nothing, you just enter your test mobile number here and click on test, right? So a test message would be sent to the mobile number that you've mentioned here. Once the test is sent, you can verify on your WhatsApp that whether the message that you had drafted here is the one which you have got or delivered exactly or not. If everything seems perfect, we are good to go. You can click on activate and then send the campaign. The campaign would be sent, and yeah, this is one of the easiest way in order to grab your customers attention, right? Because this is something new at their end also. if you keep on sending the normal text message, that might be boring. Whereas here, you can literally engage with your customers where they would be swiping to see more cards or offers or whatever you want to showcase in those cards, right? So this is one approach, and the good part is each card has an action to be taken in along with them, right? So there are CTAs along with there are buttons along with each card. So if you want that button to be specifically speaking for that card, something very specific to that card, you can always do that, and you can get your customers engagement from there, that on which card are they actually engaging more, right, based on the buttons. This was carousels. Next, we have QR code, QR WhatsApp as one of the feature releases. Just a second, I'll set this up. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So earlier, as you know, in QR code, your customers had to scan the QR code and they were redirected to a page which was facilitated by Reelo, where they had to enter their name and number, right, in order to claim the reward. But that might be acting as a friction for your customers, right? Here, the flow has been simplified up to the extent that your customer just has to click on a send button once after the scanning the QR code, and their data would be captured and the reward would be automatically sent, right? So it's a win-win for both the users as well as the customers, right? Now, this is one of the easiest way to capture the data of all your customers at once, right? Imagine putting such a QR code on your table, right? All your customers who are coming in a group, right? They can scan the QR code, they can like click on send button, and their data would be captured within seconds, right? So this is perfect use case if you want to capture the maximum amount of customer data in case of days where you have maximum number of footfalls, right? Where you cannot capture that data manually in your POS, you can simply put this QR code out there, right? And later, once you have that data, you can keep on engaging with them. Now let's create one of these QR codes. Let's say I want to create a QR code for an outside event which is happening in my city. So I'll go there. I'll name my QR code. Let's say this is to event. Click on next. As you can see here, you are getting two options over here, right? One is via WhatsApp, one is via Reelo landing page. This was the earlier method where your customers will have to enter their name and number. This is the new enhancement where they do not have to do anything, right? Just they'll have to click on send, right? This feature is also again available only to the users who have their own WhatsApp business API number, right? Or their custom headers. So if you want to access this feature, you will need a custom header. Once, let's say you click here, you have to go next. Decide the reward that you want to send out to the customers and the QR code. Let's say I want to offer a 20% off standard to all the customers who are scanning the QR code in that event. I only want to capture my new customers' data, right? And want to give the reward to my new customers only. So I'll select that. I'll okay, I'll decide the redemption details of my reward. Let's say anyone who scans the QR code, they would be able to redeem the reward just once. And along with that, decide the terms and conditions for the QR code. Once done, as you can see here on this page, you will be able to draft a message that your customers will be sending it to you, right? So immediately after scanning the QR code, your customers would be redirected to your brand's WhatsApp number along with a pre-filled message like this in the input box. All they have to do is click on send, and the message would be sent immediately, right? To you. Once the message is sent, in return, the reward would already will be sent to your customers along with this reward message. That also you can draft over here, that what message do you want to send to your customers in the response. Right? So Yeah, you can draft both the messages here, and once you have done, have a review on the left hand side. How will the flow look? And once we have finalized the approach, click on next to proceed. Here you will be able to decide the QR code expiry and reminder settings, right? So when should the reward be expired, right? And along with that, a reminder communication if that wants to, like if you want to send that to your customers along with the channel settings. Uh, Once configured, click on next to proceed. Further, you will be able to decide the theme for your success page or the landing page, right? If you are using the via WhatsApp flow, right? Then along with that, a QR code link would be sent to your customers, right? Where they would be able to see all the reward details, that what reward have they claimed, what is the expiry of that reward, right? So that if you want to design that page according to your brand's preferences, you can select the theme color, text color, and you can you can upload your logo. And once everything is done, you let's say I will enter my website. You can also add your Google Maps location, your Zomato link, everything here. Once you have designed this page, click on next to proceed. And finally, from here, you will be able to design the QR code creative, right? Which you want to print and display at your stores or probably want to promote on your socials, right? So decide the creative. This creatives would be available after you activate the QR code as well. But if you want to design it according to your brand's preferences, you can do it from here, right? There are multiple options available, a poster, a sticker, or you might want a social post to promote on your socials, or a QR code only where you can just get the QR code from Reelo and design it according to your preferences, right? Once this is done, click on next. On the final step, have a review of all the settings that you have done on the QR code, right? And you can scan this QR code in order to experience this firsthand. And then once you have tested it that, okay, you have received the message, you are receiving the messages properly, then go ahead and activate it, right? Click on activate now, and the QR code would be created. You can come here. If you want to experience this, you can scan this particular QR code in order to know how the flow would work for your customers. I guess we can have 2 minutes where you can scan this QR code and experience it in real time. Right? This is a test QR which is made. You can drop in comments in the chats if you are receiving messages or not. Shruti, can we check that?
Yes, checking.
Yeah.
I think we can go ahead, Priyank.
Okay, perfect. So now let's go to the three group level reports that we have added to the product, right? So this is relevant if you are a multi-outlet users or who have more than one stores in Reelo, right? Then you would be getting this option, right? Let me just switch to that particular account. Yeah. So if you have more than one stores in Reload, then you would be getting such a view, right? All stores view, which is a combined view of all the stores of yours, where you can see data at an aggregated level uh, in your account, right? So we have added three reports at all stores only, where you have to select all stores first, and you can go to feedback first, right? In feedback, you have this button called compare stores, which is available, which was already there, right? So if you click on the compare stores button, here you'll be able to compare the metrics of all your stores at once, right? And this is available only at all stores level, right? So you can see the total feedbacks store wise, then the positive feedbacks, negative feedback, and the average rating, right? This helps you in analyzing your store's performance, which store is capturing the most number of negative feedbacks. You can take action on that immediately. You can see which store is performing good and having maximum number of positive feedbacks, right? So this gives you a good analysis based on the time frame that you select. Further, if you want to analyze it in a deeper manner, then you can click on export data. This is the new report which is provided to you. You can click on this export data button and a CSV report would be downloaded for you, right? I'll quickly open this thing. So as you can see here, this is the report which gets downloaded, where your store names would be listed. Along with that, the average rating for each of your stores would be listed. Total feedback, the total feedback percentage, and the positive feedback percentage, and same is for the negative feedback, right? So this gives you a good analysis of your stores in terms of feedbacks, right? Further, another report which is added is at dashboards. You can click on dashboards. You can uh, you can see this first card, which is highlights for today. You can add your relevant filter. Let's say I want to see the data for the last 12 months, right? You can further click here on view report, right? So we are showing you the data based on your order types anyways here. So how many of your orders are dine-in orders or takeaway orders or delivery orders, right? So we anyway show you this data, but there was no way in which this data could be exported. So we have provided you an export report here, right? Where the same thing, the sales from the different order types, and the order counts, right? This can be exported along like for all your stores. So if you want to analyze this data for all your stores, you can click here, right? And as you can see, your stores names would be listed here. Your total orders count would be listed here, total sales count. Along with that, your EOVs would be listed for each of your stores, right? Average order values, right? With that, your dine-in orders would be listed, dine-in and takeaway orders. The sales from those dine-in and takeaway orders would be there. Along with that, the AOV of your dine-in and takeaway orders would also be listed. So if you want to figure out that, okay, what is my delivery average order value versus my dine-in or the physical average order value, that is now easily possible if you export this report, right? Your delivery orders and the same count for your deliveries would be there, right? Along with the others, which is the orders which does not fall in any of those types might go in others, right? So this is a great way for you to analyze your business metrics, right? And lastly, one more report which is added is in the customer insights, right? Where your total customers count and the new and repeat, right? So let's say if I want to analyze my last 6 months customer data, okay, I'll go to customer list. So earlier, what you had to do was that you had to go to each store and then see your total customers count along with the new and repeat breakdown, right? But now that a report button has been provided to you in customer snapshot itself, where if you click on export data here, based on the time frame, the same would be getting exported, and then you can analyze the data in the same manner which I just showed. So that report will also list down your stores along with your total customers count, your new customers count, and your repeat customers count, right? Along with that, it would also help you with the percentages. So out of your total customers, how many of them are your new customers? How many of them are your repeat customers? So this is a simpler way where you don't have to switch on tabs now, and you can have the data in a one click here, right? So that's it. Next, I guess we have instant approvals of the campaigns, which Dhruv can take. Right?
Yeah, thank you, Priyank. Uh, so I guess it was insightful for you guys. Uh, I'm quickly sharing my screen. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes, Dhruv.
Okay, thanks, Shruti. So basically, this is very interesting feature that we have launched, in last months, uh, where we are skipping the part where user has to, where all the brands have to wait for their campaign to get approved from Meta. So this is a very good update that help you to have the approval from Meta on a very quick basis. So Priyank might have already introduced the same thing in the carousels flow, where the campaign does not requires 24 to 48 hours time limit in order to get approved. So right now with this feature, you will get your template instantly approved. Let's create a campaign from scratch. Let's add WhatsApp marketing. Before this, I would like to give you small context that this particular feature is only available for uh, brands with having custom header. So if for hero header, you will have to still go with the native flow where you will have to wait for 24 to 48 hours. But with all the brands that are having custom headers, they can use this feature and get their templates quickly approved. If you don't have the customer headers, you can always get in touch with our support team, or you can directly buy from the product itself. So let's start one campaign from scratch. Let's do the WhatsApp marketing. Let's add discount as 20% discount on campaign. Let's say get 20% off on this Children's Day. We can write anything here. Let's say celebrate Children's Day with us and get 20% off on entire purchase. That's here you can write anything for the campaign title and campaign description. So whatever you are writing here will get incorporated in the AI itself. So it will help you craft the best experience or the best content that you can use. Here you can add any terms and conditions. Let's say this reward is only redeemable in this store. And yeah, you can customize the way you want to. We can just add something like uh, children eating. Right. So let's say we are using this particular photo. We can edit the way we want to. Let's move ahead. Here are the type of content you can build. Let's go with the basic one. And in this particular option, you can select your custom header. For Reelo header, again, this feature is not available. For custom header, let's write with AI. Cool. So these are three options which you can use from. Let's ask AI to use this one and add more emojis, let's say. So this is just a standard campaign creation flow, and we are just showcasing that we can use this one. You can change the way you want to. Now the magic happens here. Once you submit the template, instead of going it to Meta for approval and waiting happens for 24 to 50 or 48 hours, it will get instantly approved. Once you click on the submit, it will ask us whether you want to submit this template or not. Once you click on the submit, it will show us this particular artwork where you can wait for a few minutes. So it is generally taking it can get done in 15 seconds to up to 2 minutes. It is taking right now. So let's wait for some time. Once you feel that it should get approved, for after a minute or something like that, you can click on this fetch campaign status and you will be able to understand whether the campaign has been approved or not. So let's wait for sometimes and then click on this particular button. So right now, whenever you send this particular campaign, so Meta is reviewing your content, your image, and everything. If everything works well, so it is also working on a certain algorithm where no human intervention is there. Everything is working on a very automated basis. They just review your content, they just review your file that you are sharing with your customers, and if everything is fine, they will just tell you that yeah, your content is right for uh, you to share with your customers. So let's try fetching this particular status for this campaign. This is still not approved, so it is still showing the active state of this particular button. We can wait for 1 more minute and let's check whether this campaign is getting approved directly or not. So if you have any stories, if in past where you have made some certain campaigns and it might have gone for the approval from Meta and from Reelo team and something, and you might have get in touch with Reelo team for you to understand whether the campaign has been approved or not. Or if you have any stories which you can share with us, it would be great. It would be great to listen, and I would love to understand how exactly this feature is helpful for you. and like what is the value that this feature is having when your campaign is instantly approved. So many times what happens is that we instantly think of sharing something with our customers on a immediate basis, right? Sometimes you have to share something very quickly, like sending now only, right? So at that time, these kind of features are very helpful, where you don't have to rely on any particular party, be it Reelo, be it Meta, or anybody, where you can send your campaign instantly to any number of customers you want. So that we think that this particular feature will add a certain, immense amount of value in your campaign creation or your communication with your customers. So once we click on the fetch button, it is showing that your approval has been done on WhatsApp. So again, when you can click on back to campaign. Once you click on back to campaign, you will redirect it to this particular page, and your entire campaign journey continues. You can add filters, you can do anything, and once you have selected the customers, you can send now, send later. Let's select send now, and you can review the content, and you can directly shoot the campaign. So this is how exactly what we have built the instant approval, and you can send the campaigns, whatever you craft in real time with immediate, you can share it with your customers. So yeah, I wish this is very much helpful for you to understand and to send all the campaigns in real time and get instant value from your customers. So so yeah, that's it for today's webinar. We would love to have understanding on what exactly you feel, how exactly these features are going to get useful, and if you have any other questions based on Reelo or on any of these features, we would love to answer that.
Please drop in your questions in the chat, or if you raise your hand, I can unmute you and you can ask your questions to Dhruv and Priyank. Also, if you don't have a custom WhatsApp header, yes, it is going to be uploaded on YouTube, and you will receive a mail right after the webinar in a few hours with the whole recording. But if you have any specific questions for each feature or how can you use it, please do ask.
So Ramdev, we would really like to understand what question or what query you have regarding the regarding the features which we shared. Also, if you have any other thing related to Reelo, how any way we can help, it would be great. So right now we are seeing so many enhancement getting done on the features which are which are mainly based out on the personalization. So when we say personalization, it is all about sharing your communication with your own custom handlers. So we are always emphasizing more on having custom handlers, because it will add certain amount of brand value in your user's mind whenever you're sharing any communications with them, right? So instead of having Reelo as a header, it would be great to have your brand's header and your communication with very much personalization, because it will allow, or it will enable you to share communication not just on a very effective manner, but it will enable so many other features which are already there in Reelo and which are only available to those kind of users which are having those kind of brands having custom headers. So you can use all these features at your benefit at the fullest, and Reelo can help you get this header immediately whenever you decide to have it. Can we make personalized group for customers? Yeah, I believe personalized group, as in, are you trying to refer to the smart groups or something like filters on your customers? Or let's say, uh, Shruti, can we take Namdev on the highlight if he can speak?
Yes, Namdev, you can speak.
Sir, may I ask a question, sir?
Yeah, Abhishek, we can. Sure.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि कई बार हमारे पास कस्टमर्स का डाटा नहीं होता, पर हम लोगों को कहीं से डाटा मिल जाता है उनका, तो हम उन लोगों को कैसे हम व्हाट्सएप कर सकते हैं ये सब चीजें?
So for that, you can import, if you have any customers data, you can import those customer data, right?
इन इन Reelo.
Yes, in Reelo, but you will not be able to send messages to these imported customers if you are using Reelo's header. If you have your own custom header, then you would be able to send this from your header.
Yeah, I have custom header.
Yes.
पर सर इस केस के अंदर ये है कि जैसे हम लोग नए कस्टमर को कोई किसी को रेफर करता है उसके ऊपर भी हम लॉयल्टी पॉइंट्स दे रहे हैं, पर हम जब डाटा सिंक कर देते हैं सामने वाले का। हेलो।
Yes.
Yes, yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
जब हम डाटा सिंक कर देते हैं तो फिर उसको वो लॉयल्टी पॉइंट्स नहीं मिल पाएंगे।
मैं समझा नहीं. So, as in, you are using referral program in which you are giving the loyalty points, right?
या।
Correct. So once that customer visits your brand, then like the customer will already be the new customer, right? जिनको
या।
loyalty मिले, they will anyways be getting looped in into your loyalty program.
ओके,
So
थैंक यू।
that is automatic, as in you don't have to do anything over there. It's completely based on the visit. So as soon as they visit you for the first time, they'll be getting the loyalty message if you have configured the loyalty.
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच।
Yeah.
Yeah,
Namdev?
like coming back to Namdev, yes, group of some selected customers can be made. Like, you can again, like, if you can create, Priyank, if you can share the screen and show Namdev how exactly uh, the filter and the segment works.
Namdev, you can also unmute yourself and ask questions.
Is my screen visible?
Yes.
So yes, you can go to your customer insights, right? Click on customer list, and here you would be seeing an option of creating a group, right? So you can click on create group here, and you can click here and proceed to next. Here you would be able to select the filters, right? So these are basically the groups of customers that you want according to your business metrics, right? So if you want to club a group of customers who have not visited in, let's say, last 30 days, and probably are, let's say, male, right? Or let's say you want to send out a campaign on Women's Day or anything, right? So you can keep on creating such groups, and this would like you don't have to apply these filters every time that you want to see the data of these groups, right? So you can also classify, as in the filters which are available outside are the same ones which are available to you here as well, right? So you can select anything, let's say days preference, right? So the customers who have not visited in the this in last 30 days, but they used to visit in the morning hour, right? So you want to make a group of those customers. You can select any filter. You can see the matching results that would like out of your total customer base, how much of the matching results are you getting. Once done, you have to enter the name of your group. Let's say not visited in last 30 days, right? Once you have named this, create a group here, and the group would automatically be created. Now, if you want to see the smart group, then this would be available in the filters itself as the first section on the top, right? That whatever the name that you have given along with the selected filters here. So if you select this, on the outside, your customer would be filtered accordingly, and you would be seeing that those results. Even while sending out a campaign, now you would be able to see this newly created group, so that it's easier for you to target those groups also.
Also, Namdev, on like addition to that, these are the dynamic groups. So let's say if a customer is visiting again, then he might get out of that particular group, and all the customers which are not there in last 30 days with your brand, yeah, those will get added, right? So addition and removal will keep happening. But if you feel that you want to group certain customers, so you can use tags. Let's say if I want to have a group of only male customers, so you can tag them with male customers, and wherever you want to use that particular group on campaigns or anywhere, you can use that particular tag and get the job done with that. I hope your query has been answered. Cool. Yeah. Thank you. Is there any other questions? So we can take more questions.
Please feel free to ask questions, guys, about any of the older features, any of the features discussed today. Okay, we'll wait for another minute and see and then wrap it up, Priyank and Dhruv.
Uh, so there are two questions. Namdev is again asking how many maximum cards we can make. What do you mean by cards? Priyank,
Like,
you have any idea?
yeah, he's asking the carousel campaigns, right? So, maximum up to 10 cards can be added in a single message.
Cool. Uh, how can how can start new conversation with few customers together? I mean, if they do not initiate. I'm not sure if you're talking about campaign or something like that. Start new conversation as in with campaign, yeah. So as Priyank has mentioned that if you're having a custom header, all the customers imported by your side, or if any of your customers have made transaction, you can directly send them the campaign. Even like it really doesn't matter if they haven't reached out to your brand through your custom header or not. So you can anyway get in touch with them directly by sending the campaign from your brand, or even you can use the Reelo header for all the customers that have made purchase with your brand at least once. They restrict after few message.
So I guess
We'll
you like Nitish, just confirm if you have a custom header, right? So there are limits in the custom header itself, the messaging limits, right? So and these limits are coming directly from the meta. So once like it goes in a phases manner. So it starts with 250 messages per day. Then it comes the 1K message, 10K message, and then eventually 100K message, and then no limits, right? So this is completely based on the frequency of messages that you do to your customers. Once you have crossed the 250 limit mark, then you would be automatically upgraded to the next limit, I guess. Is this the restriction that you're talking about?
Yeah, you can message them, of course, until they spam you.
Okay. We'll wrap up.
Sure, Shruti.
Okay.
So thank you so much, everyone. Thanks, Shruti.
Yeah, thank you for attending, guys. You'll receive a recording, which will be uploaded on YouTube in a few hours. Thank you so much. Please join the next webinar, which is on the next month. You'll get a mail somewhere on the second or third week, where we'll be running through all the product updates of the month of November. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dhruv. Thank you, Priyank.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you
Shruti.
for
Bye.
joining.